Hey, let's see here, what am I doing? Come on. Hi there, Ms. Yellow. You certainly do a lot of testing in your bleed through and ghosting and bleeding. You should work for NASA. Ms. Darling, are you still here? Hello? Well, all of those are bad. I think with your particular tests, the first time you get something that's not working, you should probably just retire it and say, you know, if this doesn't work for black ink, it's not going to work for anything. I know that for some reason my green ink and purple ink tend to bleed when other inks don't. So sometimes colors are just bad. But it seems in your case, you've got lots of paper that's good and lots of paper that maybe is not so good. If they bleed through, if you get one kind of paper that starts to fail on you, just throw it away. But I was very impressed by your willingness to go to do all that work. Yeah, I mean, that's very good. It's nice that you're... I went to my Target store the other day and bought for, I thought it was $1, but it turned out to be $3, and it was turned out to be really nice paper, except it has pretty flowers along a border, which I don't like. But I was very surprised that it worked as well as it did. So when I saw it at the store yesterday, I bought another tablet of it. So does the other person that was watching the your video live, is he I forgot his name, Scott? Gary Scott, I think. I think there was a Scott in there somewhere. Good. Good. Well, I see my thing is in focus here, 2 inches from the page. Oh, I am yawning. Not a good sign. I'm playing with 51s today. I'm in a 51 kind of mood for a few minutes longer. I think I'm done with my mood for, yeah, nap time. I didn't really take a nap. I was just lying down, watching your video and sort of uploading stuff to Instagram, and I could have just fallen asleep. But I thought, I'll come up here. Oh, thank you. I maybe will. What time is it? 4:12. Yeah, too late to take a nap now. Oh. So this pen, I just saw this in a drawer, and the cap doesn't like to stay on, but it has a nib that I really don't like. There's nothing wrong with it, so I have to figure out. Maybe it's supposed to feel the way it does. It's very scratchy, but there's nothing broken about it. It's just a very nasty sort of needle nose point. So I think I will keep this in this pen. a sack on it. I have a large collection of these pearl and black senior Schaefers, and there's just something about them that I like. One of my pen collectors saw the drawer full of them, and he said, "Why do you have these things?" And he sort of brushed his hand across them like they're worthless. And I think maybe some horn-rimmed glasses scared him when he was a kid or something, because his dislike of them is not as logical as it should be. Back to work. This nib is so fine. I think its scratchiness is just because it's so unbelievably fine, and I just have to live with that trauma. Well, look who's here. How would both Bartholomew and Affexinol like to join in on the thing? You can talk to each other. And Canada, I did find another barrel for that Parker, but I'm soaking it now to get the section out, so hopefully the section will come out without trauma. But I was happy to find another barrel. So we're back on schedule for your pens, and I did get a customs form at the post office today. Oh, you can join. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say you can't. I thought you said nap time. You were taking a nap. Maybe you were talking about me taking a nap. Yeah, we all can. Would you like to join in, Bartholomew, with Marilyn and Affexinol? Ask your doctor about Affexinol. Affexitrol? What was it called? Affextinol. Oh, there was something about a nap. I thought you said it was nap time. Would you like to join in on the clam bake here with us? Affextinol and Marilyn and I chatting away? You would. Okay. Well, let me do this. I'm gonna, since you're all set up for that, I'm just gonna send you the link as soon as I can find my pen to do that. Invite. Edit, copy. Edit, paste. Oh, shit. Didn't mean to do that. Delete. Okay, I think that's it. Yes. So as soon as Marilyn gets here, I'm going to go grab some water. And Bartholomew, you can stay here as long as you'd like. Okay, Miss Marilyn is ready to come in. So add to stream.
Hello.
Hello, Miss Marilyn.
How are you?
I'm hunky dory. I'm going to wait for Effectstanol to join you, and then I'm just gonna go and see if I can put a sack on this pen, because now I'm What's so funny?
I said, "Oh my."
Well, I heard that. What's the oh my? It's about putting a sack on a pen.
Sorry, my mind went in the gutter automatically.
Oh well, it's easy to do.
Now.
when you're dealing with Pierre Gustafson in all of his guises, it's easy to go right into the gutter.
There it went. Oops.
There it went.
Oops. What did I do with my friggin' pen?
Well, how many?
I'm sorry. I was looking. I'm trying to set something up that I want to do really quick because I haven't, and I wanted to see if this would work, but I don't know which pen to use because I don't want it to go blobbing all over the place because this stuff likes to go blobbing all over the place.
Well, try that cheap one that costs 99 cents or whatever, and is lighter than helium. That
that one doesn't have a flex nib in it. I want it to be a flex nib. I want it to be. I'm gonna try this dip nib first. See if it can even. If it can even. I have to turn all my lights on first. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. No. Okay.
Well, you've been getting into the laughing gas there.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Oh.
Okay. Oh, the screen is very bright. Let's see if I can. Is that better? Can you see?
I can. It's sort of like you're in blue light.
Yep. I don't know how this is going to go, but.
Is it? Do vertical. Because I think we're only going to have 3 people.
Oh. Let's see if this even works.
So Russell's a fun character. Did you like his puppets today?
Oh yeah, they're great.
Yeah, he's a character.
It seems that it's going to run out faster.
And it was fun seeing Parker's reaction to Russell talking to his puppet. He was just freaked out by that.
Can I have some? Okay.
So Bartholomew is still. Oh, here's Effectstanol or Effectstanol. Ask your doctor about Effectstanol.
So that does work.
Hey,
You're going to have to mute your one or the other. Or I'm going to have to put some headphones on or something.
Yep. Hold on. All right, I think I got it going now.
Okay, good. Yes, the Russells and Brussels.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. We can hear Effectstanol. And while you two talk, about whatever you want to talk
But I
about.
don't know what to talk about.
Oh, you'll think of something, I'm sure. I need to just see if I can put a stack in this pen because now I'm excited.
Uh-oh.
I'm not excited in the way that you're thinking.
Contain yourself, Pierre.
I'm too
Gotta
funny.
rearrange this wire here.
So how are you doing today?
You know, same old, same old.
Same old, same old. Well, that's good. I went to the office today. They called me and they said that they are going to be opening up the surgical unit next Thursday. So I get to go back to work. Isn't that exciting?
Well, I thought you said you were waiting for the vaccine or whatever before you could go back to work.
Yeah, I am. Soon, hopefully, very soon. Within the next couple of days, it's going to happen.
Or at least that's what Pierre told me anyways.
Yep, very soon. Okay, let's see how this works. Is it going to cooperate? Maybe. Oh, okay. Oh, need light. I'm like, I can't see what I'm doing.
Yeah, Bartholomew says, hard to keep straight the Russells and Brussels.
Yep.
But anyways, I have yet another new pen today.
You do?
Yes,
oh my goodness.
This is an Aurora 98.
Oh, wow.
So this is a slightly newer version of the pen I was showing off yesterday that I got.
Cool.
It's another Italian fountain pen. I just unwrapped it and inked it up moments ago.
This stuff is weird. It like glows bright, but like when it dries, it stops glowing. Oh.
Yeah, what are you playing with over there, Marilyn?
This is Noodler's Blue Ghost.
Oh, the blacklight ink stuff, right?
Yep.
Gotcha.
I
was wondering why your video had a ghostly blue glow to it.
It's the ominous of the Blue Ghost. It doesn't work with my real black. Let me see. Does it work with this one? Nope, it doesn't work with this one. What the hell? Maybe I broke it. Who knows?
Bartholomew says they're messing around with an old Schaefer no nonsense. I have a few of those pens. And a Conway Stewart Dinky, no less. I think I have like one Conway Stewart in my entire collection. It's a Conway Stewart 68, I think. It's like a school pen. What I'm playing around with today is this Parker 45 that has a funky 1960s like olive green barrel on it.
Avocado green.
Yeah, avocado green.
Okay, so
and it came with a steel nib.
Oh.
The steel nib wasn't so great, so I'm digging through my stash of NOS Parker 45 nibs here, trying to find something nice for this one.
Oh, good. So what are you're showing off the glow-in-the-dark ink there?
Well, I was, but it's not glowing in the dark. It's up here.
Oh.
Can't even see it. I don't know what's wrong with it. It doesn't want to show up. But this is a pencil. It's called a Koh-i-Noor.
Okay.
Koh-i-Noor hard mouth magic pencil. And it does work, as you can see. And it's like a rainbow-esque. Can you see? I can't tell.
Well, right with it, we'll see.
Okay, here's my dilemma. This Parker 45 is chrome trim, chrome cap. Came with the steel nib, but do I put a nice gold nib in it, or do I put a new old stock steel nib in it.
New old stock steel.
I think so too.
I think as long as you have a pen that is the color of Ranges in 1968, you need to have everything has to be chrome and avocado.
So now the question is, do I pick fine or medium? I'm thinking fine for some reason.
I think fine is a good one.
Damn it! I wanted to do some Blue Ghost.
Ooh, this is a
color.
nice nib.
Color. See, I don't know. The other Blue Ghost. So now you can see my collection of art that I make.
Okay.
See, it works. It works over here.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work here.
I think it's probably because the computer screen is.
No.
No. Okay. Never mind.
No. It works. You know. This is the Blue Ghost when I first got the Blue Ghost. I wonder if it works on the other. I want to see.
Well, it might be, if the paper, sometimes the paper might change the chemistry, and I think there's Parker 45 did come in factory stub and oblique. Yeah, Bartholomew.
Well, check this out.
Point assembly. What does it say?
Medium stub. This is a steel stub.
Wow.
Did you find some time machine and went back to get those things, or what?
No, I stay up all night due to chronic pain, and I play on eBay. Not sure if you can make that out, but yeah, it's a pretty chunky stub.
That is a very fat stub.
Okay. Wow.
It writes awesome too, but I just haven't found the right pin to put it in yet.
Maybe it'll fit in the flighter coming in the mail to you.
I was actually considering that, to be honest.
Even though the flighter does have gold trim, I will allow you to put that stub nib in the flighter.
Well, maybe I should make the mention that I have a gold stub nib as well.
Oh, okay. Well, then, la de fucking da.
Well, if anybody has any obliques, I will trade them an oblique for, or at least a left foot oblique for one of my stubs. Because I don't have any obliques yet. I haven't found any.
Okay. Well,
okay, I think I remember why it didn't work on that white paper. It's because the paper was blue in those pictures over there.
I see.
So I'm gonna try it now on this blue paper. Hopefully it works. Wish me luck.
We'll be crossing all of our various fingers.
I'm gonna try and clamp this to my. Here we go. Okay. Okay, here we go.
Here's a upside down view of my Parker 45 collection here.
Yeah, good. Well, see, that silver trimmed flighter would go nicely with that stub.
This one's pretty cool. This is a 1970s flighter.
Okay.
The weird thing about this one is it's made in Spain. I didn't even know Parker made pins in Spain.
Well, neither did I.
And it's actually got an engraving on it in Spanish that says Recuerdo de Quinvi or something. I translated it once and it was something like long-lasting friendship or something. I can't remember.
Okay. Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is pretty neat. Yeah, I have a couple of these the plastic cap arrows.
Yeah.
They're kind of hard to find. They're sort of considered school pins. I have a couple of the silver trim ones and gold trim ones. The GTs and the classics and all that. Oh, that's right. I needed a converter out of one of these.
So, Ms. Marilyn is happy with her blue paper, is working with her glow-in-the-dark ink.
Yeah, it's working a little bit. I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with the way that it changes with time. I don't know.
What's that squiggly noise in the background?
Oh, it's probably my fan or my heater. It is cold.
It's pretty quiet in my room, so
I just hear some. I don't know what.
My chair's a little squeaky, but I'm not really moving around that much.
No, it's not that. It's
probably my fan.
If this was one of those lame ghost hunter things, we'd be all.
Is that better?
Did you see that thing? It just went by. Yes, it's
where they crash around in the dark and scare themselves.
A goddamn piece of lint. Did you feel some heat right now? Yes, I'm breathing down your neck. Now just keep fucking talking.
I think I need to go grab my vial of ink. I thought I brought it with me, but uno momento, por favor.
Okay, we'll be uno momentoing with
Never mind.
You have it. You found it.
It was on the floor. Luckily, the cap was still on it. That always gives me anxiety.
I love these Koh-i-Noor pens. They're 3 different colors in a pencil, and the amount that you rotate it will depend on what color it lays down.
Yeah, that's neat.
Bartholomew in chat is asking if we had to use a pencil, what would be our favorites? Well, I have a few things to say about that.
Okay, well, what are your favorites?
I could go grab a few pencils, but
okay, go grab
I like mechanical pencils. I like Blackwing pencils. Those are nice.
Mm.
The mechanical pencils I have some of those Skillcraft U.S. government mechanical pencils that twist.
Yeah.
And I have some really awesome lead that I got from a company called Legendary Lead Company.
Okay.
And it's like 5B lead or something. It writes almost like charcoal. It's crazy dark black.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to write with that stuff.
I will bring 2 or 3 of my pencils I like that are.
Yeah, let me go grab a couple pencils and show Bartholomew here.
Bartholomew will.
My favorite pencils are these Koh-i-Noor pencil. They have them in rainbow, and they have them in like a blue, purple, magenta, and like a red, white, and blue color. And it's the same one that I used to do my little Marilyn Darling show intro thing, which is also the same one that I used to do the outro rainbow thing. But this one, it's called Starlight, I think. And it does blacklight reactive ink type things, which is really cool because check that out. I mean, it doesn't get much cooler than that for a pencil.
Anyways, this is one of my favorite pencils.
What is it?
It's the a Skillcraft that's at least was formerly property of the U.S. government.
Oh.
It's 1.1 millimeter lead, so it's pretty heavy duty stuff.
Oh, that's not test friendly.
But as you can see, this is some seriously dark lead. This stuff is so much fun to write with.
Oh, wow.
And I have a bunch of it, so if anybody has some 1.1 millimeter pencils, let me know.
No, I don't. I wish I did. What is the lead called?
The lead's 5B lead.
5B. Oh, that's the blackest one.
Yeah, it's like ultra soft lead.
Wow.
Actually, the story goes, the place that I got this lead from is called Legendary Lead Company. There was a manufacturer of pencil lead somewhere here in Ohio where I live. And obviously the factory closed down in, I don't know, the 80s or 90s or something. And in the back room of this factory, they had a whole bunch of old overstock lead that was just going to be thrown away. The guy who runs the Legendary Lead Company managed to buy up all of the leftover stock from when this company closed down. And as he started digging through it, he started finding some really interesting stuff. Lead that was in really oddball sizes and lengths, grades of lead that did not sell very well. But this particular lead that's in this pencil is what he called, I think it's like batch 84-16. What this lead was originally for is it's a special type of lead that was made to fill in the bubbles on those little, like a Scantron sheet that you feed into a machine that can read the pencil marks.
Oh, neat.
So it's like an electronic readable lead, but it grades somewhere around a 5B, so it's super dark.
This is for Effextinol. I have two, one with nickel trim and one with gold trim. Slide rule pencils.
Oh, that is so cool.
Oh, wow.
So they slide, as you can see.
Oh, wow.
Those look pretty old too. I can tell just by the clip that's on them.
So you can do your math problems. But one of my favorite pencils that I got was this one. It's sterling silver. It's a big, fat, sort of simple looking thing. There we go. Kind of, sort of. There's sort of knurled pattern on it.
Right.
Oh, that's cool.
But what was neat about it, it was missing, well, it wasn't neat. It was pissed me off a little bit. It was missing a little ring.
Oh.
Right? And then I found another one that was missing a ring. And I thought, okay, something's wrong here. So watch what happens. You take the cap off.
Mm-hmm.
Where am I going here? You take the cap off.
Mm-hmm.
You put it down here. You put the point in here, and you rotate it. This is the pencil sharpener.
I can't see you.
Oh, okay. You can use that to actually point your lead.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
And I thought, this is so cool. And then this little washer here comes undone.
I can't see.
This washer here comes undone, and you can store leads on the inside of it along the edges.
Oh, that's
but something else I wanted to show. I have a number of these original Schaefer sets that are still in their original box, along with the pencils.
Yeah.
This particular pen is a Schaefer Valiant. When I have pens that are in the original box, I make little tags for them like this.
Yeah.
And here's the fountain pen itself.
Yeah.
Triumph nib. It's a fine.
Yeah.
And this one is one of the fat touchdown pens that I like so much.
Yeah, those are nice.
I just like the slightly thicker diameter. They just fit my hand a little better.
Yeah.
But the pencils, especially that came with the fat touchdowns, are like almost perfect for me.
Yeah, the Schaefer snorkel pencils that are so thin are almost.
Yeah, the snorkel pencils are so thin as to be nearly unusable.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Oh, I've got another pencil to show you here. Here is, I have a collection of these pencils that are the multi-leaded ones.
Multi-leaded?
Multicolor leaded.
Oh, okay.
So for example, here's a Nardi, and you rotate this, press it down, and you have a different color.
Oh, that's cool.
And then you press the button and it shoots out like that, and you rotate it again and press it down, and you have a different color. So there's 3 colors in this one. And this one here as well has 3 different colors. And to change it, this is another one that I thought when I bought it, I thought it's missing its ring. Where the hell is it? There. See the hole?
Uh-huh.
Okay, this is how you change the color. You pull the bottom of the pencil out. See?
Uh-huh.
And then you slide that, you put the point in the hole and push down, and out from the bottom comes the other color.
Oh, wow.
You do that again, and you've got 3 colors.
That's weird. That's like a transformer pencil or something.
Yeah.
I've seen those types of pencils, but they're like weird. They're like
All right,
Chinese
everybody.
pencils.
I would like to introduce a topic that may prove to be slightly controversial.
Oh no.
When
Okay.
it comes to
There we
ballpoint pens, what are your thoughts and feelings?
There's a trash can right there.
I sort of thought that would be the response.
What was your question? I missed it.
Ballpoint pens.
That's a good place for them. Both
In the trash.
in the trash. There's a trash can right there. I just dropped my pencil, and did I break it?
Well, I will show you guys my favorite ballpoint pen.
Yeah, you can show us your favorite ballpoint pen. It's fine. We're not trying to diss them. That isn't exactly the answer I wanted to, but that's what.
I have many ballpoint pens, but they kind of just live in the little box they came in.
Yeah, my favorite ballpoint pen is I don't know, maybe because I'm spoiled or what, but it's a Mont Blanc.
Okay.
164. And normally I actually very much dislike ballpoint pens, especially the ones with the oil-based ink. Gel ballpoint pens aren't so bad, but they're still not great.
Uh-huh.
But this particular pen has a broad Mont Blanc refill in it. And even though it's like an oil-based ink, it's actually very, very smooth and easy to write with.
Cool.
That was I remember I was saying on the other stream how I originally got into fountain pens because I found that they didn't fatigue my hand from writing so much.
Yeah.
And this is one of the very few ballpoint pens that I can write with because it doesn't wear my hand out.
Yeah. I can tell you the worst ballpoint pen is that awful cross thing with the longitudinal lines, which just make your fingers slide right.
Oh
down.
yeah, I actually have a couple of those.
Well, I know they're evil. We don't want to see them. I'm
not hauling them out. Don't worry.
One last pen that this cracked me up when I saw it. It's to advance the lead. All you do is push down. Let's see, how do I make this fit on my screen? You push down on this whole cap thing, and that pushes the lead down. And to change the color, you pull it out, and there are all your colors.
Oh wow.
They're just on little springy things.
That's cool.
You pick the color you want and slide it in. And it's just so Rube Goldberg-y that it makes me smile.
So yeah, I have a thing for overly complicated and engineered mechanisms.
Yeah, well that's why you like the snorkel.
Yeah, that's true. They say it's the most complicated fountain pen filling system ever made, and I believe it.
Yeah, well, and it probably holds the least amount of ink because there's so much crap. That you have the rubber sack, you have the chrome shell that goes around that.
Yeah, the sack protector.
Then you have the spring, and then you have the inner chrome shell for the touchdown part, and then you've got the plastic bit, and then you've got all of the air that has to be in between all those parts. So It's a lot of
I
space.
have a snorkel with a broad nib, and it'll run through the ink in like no time.
Okay, well,
the only other pencil that I have is this one. It's a Papermate Clear Point, and I've had it for over 20 years.
okay.
And just for giggles, I went and bought a brand new one just to see if they had changed
Yeah.
how it's made and whatnot.
And
We've got Schiavello in the chat.
hey, Schiavello, che faccio? Did you see Schiavello earlier today?
I did. Hello.
Maryland.
Calm down. That was cool seeing you guys on there real early this morning. Schiavello and Mr. Facemeyer.
Yes.
I knew I had trouble sleeping.
Facemeyer, his angry Russian, Italian gibberish speaking.
Klingon. Don't forget the Klingon.
Klingon, yes, that too.
Well, I was very happy that I had that talk with Schiavello because I was able to understand now
he charted his whole family tree.
The family tree is now, I don't have any, my mind is completely clear for the most part.
Well, what's your least favorite ink to work with? That's what I want to know.
Anything that was made by the Noodler Ink Company never dries for me.
Yeah, that's true. This is the other ink that I don't like to use. It's Adeline Zinc Cali and Company Old Gold. It's acrylic ink. Not supposed to be used in a pen.
Thanks, Pierre. What did I say? No, I meant it was really sweet to finally understand it. Would you like to join in the little fun here, Schiavello? You can have a little foursome.
I'm blushing.
Marilyn was quite taken by all of the handsome men I know.
Quite.
Well, with my untrimmed COVID lockdown hair, I am the farthest thing from handsome at the moment.
Okay. But we did get to see you. I mean, I did. I think I had stopped streaming when you finally showed us.
Oh, yeah.
Your golden locks, your brownish locks.
They're not exactly golden.
Well, how do you say brownish locks and make it sound pretty?
Schiavello says, give him a few minutes to crawl out of bed.
Marilyn, yeah, Schiavello has to crawl out of bed and put clothes on. Do you think he needs to do that, Marilyn?
No, you don't. You just come as you are.
Marilyn says, come as you are.
It's fine. I'm professional. I'm even wearing my surgical smock because I had to go to the office today. But I hate acrylic ink. I really want to throw this in the trash, but I know that as soon as I do, I will regret it. Well, what do you think of your new pen?
Oh, the Aurora? It's a pretty cool pen. I thought it might have been sterling silver, but after looking at it, I think it's just chrome. But it's got a really strange filling system here. It has a little ink window around the middle here. It's got a semi-hooded nib, which is roughly fine or so. But here's the thing. It's a cartridge converter pen, sort of, but it's a captive cartridge. So if you take the barrel off, you've got this funny mechanism in here that's basically a fixed cartridge converter that does not remove.
Oh no.
The idea of it is that when you put the barrel back on, the end of the twist part of the cartridge converter protrudes out the back of the pin.
That sounds like a mistake.
You're actually supposed to be able to push this and it'll pop out so you can twist the twist converter without removing the barrel. But for some reason, this one's stuck.
Oh.
So to work it, you have to take the barrel off. But
I see.
That's not a big deal to me, really.
It just seems overly over engineered.
Complicated.
Yeah, it is over engineered, but
you have to, if there's more than, you can unscrew something and press something, like a dual fold or a vacuumatic fill. When you have to unscrew and then lift back and then press down and then dance a jig or something, that's way too much. But I find some of them fun, like snorkel. I like the idea of it. If we lived in a alternate universe where you had to snorkel up ink,
where syringes weren't involved.
That's one of my favorite aspects of the snorkel is that you can get every little last bit of ink out of a little ink vial with one really easily. It's a pen with a built-in ink syringe.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. Throw your ink wiper away was part of their shtick.
Oh yeah, you don't have to wipe the nib off, even though that's not really technically true.
No.
Yeah.
I have one more thing to show off today. So I need to keep some pins in the stash, so I'll have more things to show off in the future.
Yeah.
But this is another cool Parker 45. And I've been looking for one of these for a long time. This one's from 1967, according to the pamphlet it came with. But this is one of the gold-filled insignias.
Okay, cool.
Ooh, shiny.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
Yeah.
I'm not normally into that much gold because it's just kind of ostentatious to me. But the thing is, like, a lot of people want a lot of money for these, and the gold is so soft that most of these that were ever really used much, the gold is just beat up and scratched to pieces.
Okay.
And this one is still pretty nice. So
now, which of these golds do you like more? The one that says try, or the one that says there?
I don't know if it's just me, but your video is like really pixelated. I can't hardly see it right now.
Oh, is that better?
I think because of the metallic reflection, the poor camera.
Yeah, it might be screwing up the video or something because it's really hard to see.
It doesn't know what it wants to focus on.
Judging by the color alone, though, I would say I prefer the bottom one more.
Yep. So this one was made with the acrylic, and this was made with food color and gold luster dust from Hobby Lobby.
Food color?
You made your own ink then.
Yep, gold luster dust and yellow food color from Hobby Lobby.
And it's edible.
Yep. Edible, all edible. Yep, gold luster dust is something you can find for $4.99, and this was $1 from the 99-cent store. For $5, you could have.
What I've thought about ink is that how expensive really is distilled water and some dyes, essentially.
Seriously.
So I'm very eager to see what P. Schiavello is going to be wearing, since it's taking him so fucking long to get dressed. He better have white tie and tails, starched to the nth degree, and spats on.
I'm waiting.
Or one of those corseted dresses from the Victorian era.
Well, that would be more up Pier's alley, wouldn't it? The corsets?
Well, it could be. That's right. Boxes I've been making, my little pen frames. Okay, come on, Schiavello.
Now cover your eyes, Pierre, but I'm gonna ink up this Noodler's Conrad with my gold ink that I just made.
Okay, it's fine. You know, if you were filling up a snorkel with it, I would
mad.
I would call 911 in your town. I know your address because I just sent you something.
Yep.
But because it's a modern fountain pen that you can get another one if it's completely destroyed,
Yeah.
I'm not as worried.
Yeah, I could just imagine
Snorkels are
my Waterman and you freaking out and calling the police. He's doing it wrong. You have to send help.
I was gonna say snorkels are about the most complicated fountain pen that I can repair myself.
Yeah, I mean it's you're asking for half a day's worth of work or more.
I've gotten to where I can probably reseal a snorkel in maybe 20 minutes or so.
What? Wow.
I've got a pretty good method down at this point.
Yes. Wow. That's impressive. People I know that repair these things, you're like, oh, it's an all-day event. I'm like, oh, why?
It's kind of a pain in the butt. The way I do it is I actually remove the plug at the end of the sack protector from the back. And a lot of people try to remove it from the front. And once I started doing that, you have to be careful not to break the little, because the snorkel tube has a little piece of the inner feed poking out the other end.
Yeah.
And when you're removing it from the back, you have to be really careful not to break that little piece off, because that little piece is very critical to the functioning of the pen.
Vello's ready. Just a second. Let me get
Oh,
you a thing. Sorry.
Got my pants on.
He's dressed. So
It wants to be cooperative.
there you go. So if you can, Schiavello, try to be a vertical format. I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know how it's going to work when we get 4. We'll find out.
well, if I have to switch mine or something, I can do that fairly easily.
Yeah. I would think it should automatically happen. I mean, all of our little cameras on my backstage thing show horizontal.
Yeah, it seems to jumble them up somehow on its own, but I don't know if it's doing the best job of that possible.
Schiavello, Patrick, Parker. There he is. Not the stream. We get to see his face.
Whoa.
That's much nicer than seeing my hands. So, hello, Schiavello.
Hi.
Schiavello.
What he said?
Okay. Hi, Pia. Hi, Miss Marilyn, darling, and hi, Mitch.
Are you
Hello,
okay? You sound
Schiavello.
like you have a
You sound like he's doing his Tallulah Bankhead impression.
No, I've got laryngitis, and I have nodules on my vocal cords, so usually in the morning they're not happy.
Oh, you poor little thing.
I'm not little.
You sound so nice earlier.
Okay, you tall, massive thing.
Thank you. But,
oh, that's much better.
But sorry for like keeping you waiting, like to get dressed and so on. It's first day back at school for my kids, so
I see.
I had to just give him a hug and send him off with my good family friend who's staying with me at the moment due to the family friend walking in on his wife sleeping with someone else.
Oh, okay.
And so, yeah, my family friend staying with me.
Do I have to make a family tree?
No, don't. No.
Don't go there. Okay.
Not my family tree.
Your family tree, but it sounded like it would be an interesting thing to try to.
Sometimes you have to let it go, Pierre.
Okay.
But I must say that it would be very interesting family tree if I was to, yeah. But you know what I think I need? I think I need some effects tedecanol. I can't say it.
Let me write you up a prescription right here.
Thank you. You know, it might help with my voice and the coronavirus. I don't know.
Oh, Frederick's joined us now.
What? Oh, just in the chat.
Yes.
That's where he belongs.
He belongs there.
Oh, poor Freddie.
Poor Freddie.
Yeah, but that's my Freddie, so you know.
Well, I know you can say that. I mean, I want to get my my hockey goalie outfit and put it on and have both of you be in the room with me, so I'll be protected when you start sparring.
Oh, yes. That's a very good idea.
As long as there's padded rooms and lube, I'm good.
Right in the gutter, Marilyn.
Goodness gracious.
Hey, when you're a gastroenterologist,
The gutter.
Jokes are in the flow.
All about the gutter. It's all about the gutter with you.
Did you say a gastroenterologist, Miss Marilyn?
I am. Yeah.
Well, I'm actually a pediatrician, so I'm a doctor.
Nice.
So I know a lot about what. If you're going to talk about it, I'll know a lot. Unfortunately.
Pediatrician. When I went and did my peds rounds, that was one of the most heartbreaking things that I ever had to go through.
Yes.
That and geriatrics, that was hard to go through also.
Geriatrics are fine, but I deal with Frederick. I'm kidding.
Oh, I can already feel the divorce papers coming on.
It's okay. I've got a post-nup and a prenup. But
I feel I'll write him a condolence letter.
But I was just gonna say that, like, I worked primarily in emergency with children, and then I worked with cancer patients. So, like, kids with leukemia, kids with like Hodgkin's lymphoma, and it was really like cancer, and it was really, really, really tough. So,
hardest to work with.
Yes,
you have a real strong stomach.
Yes, like you leave work and then you come back into work, and it's like, oh, where did say can't come up with a name.
Bernice go. Where's Bernice today?
Where's Bernice? And then one of the nurses or the orderlies will be like, well, Bernice passed away during the night. And it's like, oh, okay, lovely. It's just like, you've got to hold your feelings in. Otherwise, you'll be a hot damn mess.
I don't have feelings anymore.
At least you didn't say something like, oh, I could have slept in another half hour.
Well, I probably could have, but I'm dedicated to helping people.
Yes. No, I know. I would make a terrible doctor.
Well, when you were talking about that before, Schiavello, I remember writing in chat about you having a heart of gold for that. So
Yes, I saw that last night. Thank you, Mitch. And maybe what I'm going to show you, Mitch, might I don't know. I was going to say get your engines running. That's a bit sexually charged, but
what's that? Pills.
Oh yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, that'll get Mitch.
I am all about that.
But it's actually
what? Blasphemy.
Yeah, I mean I do a lot of programming for 8-bit games, and so I use an emulator.
I'll do you one better.
Oh, how pretty!
That's a Japanese Famicom controller.
Oh wow!
It's the Japanese Nintendo.
Wow.
Oh wow!
Hold on, I'll grab it.
Okie dokie.
We're moving way into the modern world. I'll have to.
It's now a technology channel.
Pretend I know what you're talking about. But that's okay. I'll just keep on drawing.
Come on, Pierre. You remember Nintendo
No,
games?
I didn't do any of that, and I don't do
Atari,
pinball machines, and I don't do whatever those other things are, Minesweeper and whatever. I'm not good with things that have to be fast.
But yeah, the Japanese Nintendo was called the Family Computer. This little flap here is where the game cartridge is.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
Here's what the game cartridges look like.
Oh wow, they're quite different from.
Yeah, and they go in the top here, and it's got this little lever doohickey. When you want to pull the game out, you can push this little lever up, and it pops the game out.
That's probably a more logical way of just get out.
Frederick is even more of a Luddite than I am, I guess.
What's Frederick saying?
He didn't have a cell phone until 18 months ago.
And
that's true.
But he had a flip phone, and then when I came onto the scene, I forced him to get an iPhone.
I see. So he had
because I wasn't having any of that shit.
I remember when he wrote me, he was like, my boyfriend's buying me an iPhone. And I was like, well, may the force be with you, because that's a whole nother ball game from Apple or Windows or Android. Those people are very interesting.
An Android? I mean, that's like swearing at me.
Well, it's a good thing Russell isn't here to say that word in Klingonese.
Oh, God.
Because he's too cute, though, that Russell. He can say anything he wants in my book.
Yes, he's very cute. But his Russian accented Italian Klingon is a bit intense, but I can understand him, and I think that made him very made him very happy last night for me. Yeah.
What are you writing, effects and all? There's lots of numbers.
I'm just scribbling stuff. It doesn't mean anything.
Well, above the scribbles, it looks like it's your Swiss bank accounts or something.
Oh, I was going to start writing a page of nib comparisons here between my new pens, but I got a little sidetracked.
I see.
He said that he's jealous.
I put off owning a cell phone for as long as possible.
Yes.
Now I have an iPhone and a MacBook computer.
Yes, don't get liquids close to the MacBook. That
Not today. The only liquids I have is my ink vial with the lid on, so I think we're okay.
That's probably a bit less. Ink stains.
Oh, God.
So far, my hands are pretty clean today.
how many smocks I go through, and everybody's like, "What is wrong with your shirt?" And I'm like, "It's just ink. Don't notice."
That's right. It's ink. Don't worry about it.
Yes.
Don't notice.
Dr. Marilyn, out of what orifice did that gold color come from? It's
Well, you want to go see? We can take a look in room 4. Just
it's just room 4. It's in room 4, and it's coming out of all of the orifices.
That's really pretty.
I have to go downstairs and get a key from my neighbor for her car so I can make a delivery. That sounds.
Are you dealing weed now, Pierre?
I'm not dealing. I have a funny story, though, to tell you. Years ago, when someone nearly my age was in junior high school, she and her friend were caught by the friend's mother smoking pot, and they were grounded for a week or something. And then a few years later, the brother of the son of the mother, the mother that found them and grounded them, did not, give the same punishment to the brother. Well, why not, Mom? He's making so much money. And she actually would deal, if he couldn't make the delivery, she'd show up in the Cadillac with the weed for the high schoolers. I'll be right back.
Of all things, a Cadillac.
I don't know. I've had people deliver weed to me before, and it was never in a Cadillac.
I don't smoke weed. I wouldn't know.
Well, I haven't smoked weed in 20 years, probably longer.
Yeah, no comment.
I'll just use my imagination.
I haven't smoked weed in probably 5, 6, maybe 7 years, which is when I had to be, drug tested, because I was in a hospital.
Right.
And so we would get randomly drug tested.
Well, I'm a chronic pain patient, so they randomly drug test me all the damn time. So.
Oh, yay for chronic pain. Same here.
I can't so much as, take anything I'm not supposed to and get in trouble for it.
Because if you, let's just say you're smoking weed, they would take away your prescription for, say, OxyContin or your pain prescriptions, right?
Right. Well, I don't have any prescriptions for oral medications now. I actually have a implanted pain pump of all things.
Those are fun.
That's a lot of fun. Let me tell you.
Break out the bells and whistles.
Wow.
They're even more fun to have to take away, or
it's kind of the opposite of fun. It is
jumpstart
not at all like
people
taking a
because
Percocet or anything.
Jumpstart people because they think, oh well, I'm on this pain med. I'm going to take this other pain med with this thing, and then they have a friggin' heart attack.
Yeah. That I don't know. My experience with pain medications is a long, drawn-out nightmare.
Yes,
that stuff. My opinion at this point is that it's basically poison. Don't get me wrong; it's fun and the stuff is effective. It will make you feel better, but there's so much other stuff that comes along with it that it's not even really worth it. That's why now I'm on like the most minimum dose I can possibly be and still function, because if they could just keep giving me more and more medicine, and it's like, if it just screws me up mentally, what's the point? It's not going to make my pain any better. So
I'm
the
assuming
thing about pain is there's like a million different drugs out there, And in order to find the right one, you have to do a little bit of experimenting. And once they figure out the genome to figure out what's the mechanism of action, they can get better pain targeting. But
I think the
until that
problem
point,
in my particular case is that due to an unfortunate set of circumstances, by the time I actually got the surgery on my back, it was already way too late and all of the damage had been done.
right.
So that's pretty much what I have to live with forever now. And it's like anything, I do my best. I've got bad days and I've got not so bad days.
Not so bad days. Yeah. Well, you just keep a plugging on.
I feel
That's what I've been doing now for the better part of going on 15 almost years now.
Wow.
I'm probably the same. My pain kind of started 15 years ago, so I would have been 14.
Wow.
And I obviously I was having growing pains being that age, and then it never really stopped. And so I wasn't on any pain medication until I was about 22. And that's when finally I was started, getting my health into, line, I guess. And I found out that I have rheumatoid arthritis, and
I was going to say, is it some sort of an autoimmune disorder or something?
Yeah.
Or are they not really sure?
Have they done a T cell test?
Pardon?
Have they done a T cell test?
Probably. They probably have. I've had litany of tests. I've been through so many tests, and it's just rheumatoid arthritis. To the point where I need to have 2 hip replacements in the next 3 years. And I'm 28 years old, and my lower back, and I need to have surgery on my back eventually, but I keep putting it off because I have a 15-year-old who needs me to be there for him, and then I'm also a carer for my mother as well. So, but the pain is excruciating all day, every day, and so I think Mitch kind of understands that.
No, I can totally relate, unfortunately. All I can really say about that is similar to what I've been forced to do, is all you can do is keep fighting the good fight, I guess.
Yes, exactly. And, being so young as well, I shouldn't say so young, but being, 28, and even when I was a little bit younger, like 22 to 28, I'll say, it was so hard for doctors to take me seriously, even though that I had the documentation right in front of them, and then they'd want me to go and have so many tests of their own, and then they'd get their documentation and be like, oh, okay, well, we need to send you to this doctor. And it was just going around in circles because they were assuming that I was a drug addict.
Right, drug-seeking behavior.
Yeah, and because I was young, that's all it was, because I asked once and I said, why don't you just prescribe me medications that can help me? Because it's going to be chronic pain. There's nothing that's going to be able to fix it ever. And they said, due to your age.
Yeah, there's a high chance for abuse.
Yeah, I've encountered those exact same scenarios multiple times as well. Because in my particular situation, I got hurt at work at the age of 25.
Okay.
And I'm 38 years old now, so it's been a little while. Especially early on, though, it was really strange because people would see me and not realize
Yes.
how bad my spine was at that point. I remember being in the hospital when I finally got my surgery when it was 3 years too late at that point. And I remember the nurses, when they were introducing themselves to me, they're like, "What's a young guy like you doing in here?" Because all the other people in that same ward having the same operation I was were, 60, 70 years old. And here I was, 28 years old, having a very major back surgery.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. It really messes with you mentally as well when things like that start to happen. And it's like, well, should I be here? Should I not? Is it going to be like this the rest of my life where people aren't going to believe
Absolutely.
me?
It's really hard to reconcile that feeling that you're more of a burden than contributing anything to the world anymore.
Yes. And yeah, I understand that. And it's a constant, you look fine on the outside, but inside and under your clothes, you are absolutely
just broken.
And, I'm sure, just want it to end because, you get exhausted of going around in that circle.
Well, yeah, you get tired of having to plaster on the fake smile and pretending that you're okay.
Yes.
Luckily, we have wearing masks now, so we don't have to smile.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the good.
I've been wearing a mask for so long, and I'm smiling underneath the mask, but it doesn't really look like I'm smiling because I've got squinty eyes, and everybody thinks I'm snarling at them.
That's what I've said before too. Is one of the few benefits of all the COVID restrictions and everything is I am totally cool with the whole social distancing thing. I hate having people in my personal space anyways. So now they have to stay away from me.
I understand that. If only they they did that in Australia.
Right.
I think I said last night, I live in a town of 10,000 people. That's a popular tourist destination in northern Queensland, so the top of Australia.
Right.
Like I said, I'm the only one that wears a mask to the grocery store. I've maybe seen one or two people over the last 12 months wear a mask, and it's quite, everyone's like, oh, it hasn't hit us yet. We're in our own little bubble. And we're primarily also a older community, and it's the ignorance is bliss, I believe, here.
No, it absolutely is. The little town that I live in, people weren't taking it seriously for a while up until a few months ago, and everyone's pretty well got the picture at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Corona is not a joke, and you can't cure it with bleach.
It's no matter how much you make them drink.
Exactly.
It's a perfect solution. It's so easy. I do it all the time.
Oh my gosh. I don't think I've asked this before to Pia.
Yeah.
Whereabouts are you located, Pia?
In Boston.
You're in Boston.
Yeah.
I know he doesn't sound like it, right?
No, he does sound like from Boston.
I'm from Minnesota originally.
That's why. I knew it.
So I don't have a Bostonian accent because of...
But you do, though.
Well, not in the way that Bostonians do.
Not the thick accent, obviously.
Pack the car and have it yard.
I can't do that. No. But where's Mitch from? How about Mitch?
I live in the state of Ohio. I live outside of Dayton, Ohio.
Oh, good old Ohio.
Yeah, it's where I live, it's pretty much cornfields and soybean fields.
That sounds amazing, and it sounds perfect for tornadoes.
Well, we just had a tornado a couple years ago that tore up a bunch of buildings just down the road from where I live.
Oh dear.
I'll give a short story. I'm sorry for dominating this chat. I'm sorry.
Dominate whatever you want.
We're dominating with what we're writing and doing with our hands. So you're fine. You can dominate as much as you like.
I feel like I'm like the commentator kind of. I don't know.
Look at that, though.
Better you than me, because if I start talking, I'm going to start talking about butt stuff, and that'll be the end of it for sure.
Oh, not butt stuff. but I was actually caught in a tornado when I was in the States. I was there with my child, my partner of the time, and we were there for family business. And it was Tuscaloosa, I believe.
Oklahoma. God, Oklahoma.
I believe it was Tuscaloosa, Frederick, was it? Because I get Tulsa and Tuscaloosa mixed up. Come on, Frederick, come on. Type with that one finger. Go, 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 go.
You can do it.
But it was a very scary thing to be, like from Australia.
My impression of Frederick.
Yes. Yes, I was in Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Alabama, okay.
Oh.
And so I was there with, the cousins. And, well, no, I shouldn't say that. Because of Alabama. I'm sorry if I offended people. But yes, we got sent to like the big. Why have I got Metrodome in my head? Like where they play football, NFL.
Like a stadium.
Stadium. There we go. And that was just terrifying. Waiting the tornado to go, and then there was another tornado like at the same time, and it was massive, and just the sound and the barometric pressure that when it's coming and it just hits you, and it was something I've never experienced and don't want to experience ever again.
When I was young, my uncle used to have the annual tornado festival, and we would put a truck full of hay in the middle of all of the farmers' fields, and we would take bets on whose hay would get thrown the farthest.
Oh my God!
We finally found the GPS tracker in one of the trees almost 2 states away.
Oh my God! Wow.
Well, we've got someone in the chat by the name of Nitro Squid 44, who's from Alabama, and they say it's their home state. And yes, that was a historic tornado outbreak that day. Yes, I was there. And that tornado was an F5.
Oh wait,
in the enhanced Fujita scale.
So it was terrifying.
And I'm sure F5, it was the first time people remember him saying that about the hurricane.
Can we not talk about asshole McGee? Thank you.
No one's ever heard of that before, but it was 4 times earlier in his presidency he had one of those, but he just forgets.
Who was that?
Oh, Trump.
Who exactly?
Trump was.
Wow. Sorry, I hate that man. He's retarded. I'm glad he's gone. Trump McFuckstick, the hydroxychloroquine clown.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, so I was, in Tuscaloosa with that terrifying tornado. It was terrifying. That day was terrifying.
Well, I didn't want to make it out like the particular place I live in, Ohio, is like a hotbed of tornado activity, because they are relatively rare. But
yeah,
back in 1978, there was a really, really bad tornado outbreak that ripped up a town called Xenia here in Ohio.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a historic tornado outbreak because this storm cell generated just countless numbers of very powerful tornadoes. And I've had family members who were around back then tell me about the crazy stuff they saw driving around after the tornado had passed through. Objects that had been, impaled into concrete, and
wow,
stuff stuck into telephone poles. And I mean, it's really, Mother Nature has got an immense amount of power.
Oh, she really does. She really, really does. And she knows how to use it when it's time.
Gotta respect the Mother Earth.
My only tornado story from Minnesota, we have lots of tornadoes there too, but was up at our lake house. We were just sitting on the end of the dock waiting for dinner to happen, and I looked across the lake and I saw what looked to be a tornado sort of forming, and it was a little gray finger of conical finger coming down from the clouds going toward the horizon. And then it went back up into the clouds, and then another one came down, and there were like 3 or 4 of them dancing, pirouetting with one another. And my mother called us in for dinner, and my mother, who was deathly afraid of anything tornadic, was when we said get in, suddenly the tornado hit the lake. It did show up close by, and it was a white tornado because it was picking up the lake water. And my mother was not going to have that interrupt her dinner. We finally dragged her downstairs, but it was amazing to see, but it wasn't very destructive. It killed someone, but it otherwise wasn't destructive.
Not destructive, but it killed someone.
Well, it didn't completely level a town. It knocked a few things over, and the kid that died, the boy that died, I don't know how he died, but anyway.
What about some other natural phenomenons that you guys may have experienced? I have a couple cool stories about things like that.
I don't have any, so your turn. You've got the conch.
Well, okay, I'll take the floor for a moment.
Yes.
I've remarked before that a big part of my family is from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and up there it's pretty northern. You have the lake effect from the Great Lakes up there, which causes intense heavy snowfall in the wintertime. It's pretty much like being in Canada, although everyone around you is Americans. That's the best way I know how to describe it. They even have a really unique type of accent up there where they sound almost borderline Canadian. It's pretty interesting. But anyways, in the summers, I used to spend many, many weeks up there throughout the summers, throughout my life. And I've got to experience some pretty cool natural phenomenons such as Aurora Borealis, which if you get to see that, that's
amazing.
That's a once in a lifetime sort of thing. It's really cool. There was another particular event that stands out in my mind as well. We were out camping in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and one particular night the wind started to kick up, and a storm came in, but the storm was localized out on the water. It did not actually come on the land. And we stood there on the shore and was watching gigantic bolts of lightning striking the open water. They light up the water underneath of it momentarily in a big flash as well. But that's probably one of the coolest natural things I've ever seen in my life, was watching that lightning repeatedly striking the open water.
Wow.
I'm just catching up with.
Well, come on, guys. Has anybody got fucking UFO stories or something?
My
Come on, ghost stories.
They
Come
saw
up with something, people. Here, come on.
my parents say they saw one in, and my little brother especially thinks the house that I grow up in is haunted. So, or has ghosts. So he sees them, but he also sleepwalks. So
I've seen a few things that I would consider unidentified flying objects, but I've never been abducted or anything, so I don't know if I believe in little green aliens or anything.
Probed? You weren't anally probed?
No, I can't say that I was.
Um,
As Mitch says in a almost depressed tone.
Yeah.
Well,
Sure, Miss Madeline would be a bit disappointed if she didn't get anally probed.
oh, terribly. But I've had, when I was going through med school, we had a cadaver sit up and lay back down, and
Whoa.
everyone in the room saw it, and we all basically shit our pants and ran out of the room except for me. And I walked over and made sure it was actually dead, because we had already stuck lines in it to pull blood and whatnot, and it was dead. So we have no idea what the hell happened. It was the strangest thing I'd ever seen in my life.
That's pretty strange. I've heard of that happening, but it is strange.
What was that?
Yeah, that was really strange.
That's our ghost. Oh, it's a piece of lint. It's a piece of lint, people. It's
God, swamp gas. It's a weather balloon. I'm sorry.
It was my child says. It was my child saying he's at school.
Oh, good.
Oh.
So God forbid, okay? But yes.
Effextinol, I have a question for you.
Okay.
I just got an email from Canada.
Right.
From Bertold Brecht, or whatever his name is, Benjamin Brecht, and he would like me to pass on your email to him.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Yeah. I thought I would have to ask first. So,
well, I appreciate you asking, but pretty much any of your friends, Pierre, I wouldn't be upset talking to them.
Okay, good.
Well, Pierre, if you were paying attention last night,
yeah,
he, I'm going to say Mitch because I can't pronounce. Mitch wrote his email address on his paper for people to see.
Oh, okay.
At the chat when we were doing the goodbyes.
Okay.
And I think it was effextinol@gmail.com. See, there we go. Effects in the end. Oh, Lord, there's another word I can't forget.
Well, anyway.
If you're going to be a doctor, you're going to have to learn all kind of weird pronunciations of things.
What was that, Marilyn?
So if you're going to be a doctor, you're going to have to learn all kind of weird pronunciations.
No, it's not about me being a doctor. I am a doctor.
That's what I'm saying. We're always practicing.
Well, I actually stopped working in December last year.
Why?
Sorry. Because the corona was about to happen, and I mentally had some reasons, and I had to look after my mother as well. I was sick of traveling 2 hours there, 2 hours back.
That's very hard.
So
I got a question for the doctors here.
Oh.
Hey, doctor. Okay, sure.
What is the deal with doctors and their horrific handwriting?
Hey,
I can answer
there's
that.
nothing wrong with my handwriting.
No,
Your
Marilyn's
eyes-
handwriting is
your eyes
unbelievably
is-
nice. And I almost find it hard to believe that she's
I can answer that.
right.
I went to an eye doctor sort of as an emergency at some point, and it wasn't a regular doctor of mine. But I had really, really itchy eyes at one point in my life, and
Didn't know where that was going.
and the doctor looked at me and didn't see anything wrong, but he gave me a prescription for eye drops, and he, scribbled something on a note, and then he gave it to me, and I said, "I have a question for you. What does this mean?" And he said, "Well, the O means ocular,
Mm-hmm.
and the S is left eye, or whatever." And the pharmacist, the doctor said, the pharmacist can see that I'm an eye doctor, so I don't have to write down, all sorts of stuff. So of course there were just like two letters, and they were easy to see as an O and an S, and maybe 1/2, like a half, which meant half twice a day or once every 2 days or whatever it was. So I didn't know Latin, and I didn't know the Latin abbreviations for things, but that's one of the reasons why they seem illegible, is we don't know how to read them.
I kind of I was under the impression that like when doctors hand wrote prescriptions that they actually did it in a way to make it indecipherable by normal people, just to make it that much more difficult to forge a prescription.
Okay.
That was how it was supposed to be taught back way long time ago. They have to make it illegible for normal people to be able to read it. So that way
Schiavello just showed us a handwriting sample, and it was A-okay. So,
well, in all fairness, this is my everyday writing. I mean, it's kind of garbage.
Well, it's a little, when you're riding on a bus, you can't help. When you're riding on a bus missing a wheel on a cobblestone road, it looks pretty good.
Well, are you talking to me?
No, I'm talking to Marilyn.
Oh, I was going to put this pen through your throat.
Oh,
I don't.
Yes,
I don't own a vehicle, so I take buses everywhere. I'm like 5 minutes walk to my work. I'm 5 minutes walk the opposite direction to food, so I'm set. I'm like in the middle of Orange County where there's millions of cars and I have no need for one.
Russell just posted the picture he did this morning on his Instagram account.
Oh, I'll have to go check that out.
So
I made this ink.
It was the one with Kermit.
Oh, that's very pretty, Marilyn.
Kermit with Miss Piggy and the
Pyramid of Giza in the back.
Chaperone.
Yes, and he had a thought process behind the drawing as well. It was about someone looking over Kermit. Oh my God! Wow, that actually turned out really good.
Aw.
Poor Kermit.
Well, everybody.
Oh, he can't. Russell can't join us. He's filling out an application, he says.
Oh.
Well, I've got some bad news for you guys.
Oh no! What?
I got to go.
Oh, you have to go too.
Yep.
Well, thank you for joining us for the time you did. And
no, it's been fun. I'm glad.
What
Have I been on here for an hour or something now?
Something like that.
An hour and 44 minutes is how long this has been going.
Yeah,
wow.
I probably joined 15 or 20 minutes in, though.
You missed all the fun. You missed the clothing optional part.
Oh, no. Well, maybe I'll get in on the introduction next time. But yeah, this has been a lot of fun. Appreciate you guys inviting me back in once again.
Well,
it was really nice hanging out.
Yeah, always. It only takes me a couple of minutes to set this up, so if you want to do some more in the future, just give me a ringy ding.
Schroeder just joined us.
Yeah.
Well, maybe if I vacate my place, someone else can jump in for a little bit.
Does anyone want to jump in, Frederick or John?
Well, anyways, I'll see y'all later.
Okay,
and,
bye. Nice to have you.
Looking forward to the pins. It's good talking to everyone.
Okay.
Take care. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Stay tornado safe.
Stay tornado safe. Oh, poor guy.
I'm sorry. I mean, I've been dealing with a cyclone for the last couple of weeks, so you know.
Yeah, how? What can I do with the fucking plane?
He says that he's staying tornado safe. That's lovely. I'm glad, man. I'm glad.
Oh, goodness.
We can't lose our special medication lab in your garage.
Lord, don't give him any ideas.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Ask your doctor about Effextinol.
Well, see, we can't have those advertisements here in Australia, Pierre.
Oh, you can't?
No, it's illegal to advertise cigarettes. It's illegal to advertise alcohol. It's illegal to advertise medications that you can go and ask your doctor about.
I see.
Yes, allegedly, Mitch. Allegedly, that's my favorite word. I'm half a lawyer, so allegedly is my favorite word.
Allegedly.
Whenever I talk about something or someone or whatever I need to talk about, and I may not have hard evidence, I always go allegedly.
Allegedly. It's a very educational word.
I was allegedly at this place at this time, allegedly.
And I allegedly shot this gun into the man's right temple.
Yes, allegedly.
And I allegedly left my fingerprints all over the murder weapon.
Yes, allegedly.
Allegedly. I like when the press people ask the policeman if they caught the mass murderer, that's clearly guilty. Mm-hmm. We apprehended the gentleman at his home. Under what rule of etiquette do you allow to call this person a gentleman? No. Does he eat the salad with the correct fork, or what? Is that what turns him from a monster to a gentleman? So.
Wow. Oh, Frederick, stop it.
Frederick's what?
I said, Frederick, stop it.
Oh.
He's saying the word allegedly now. He's allegedly. We don't have hard facts. It might not be Frederick at the computer keyboard at the moment. So allegedly he said that, but we don't know.
Poor little Frederick. He's just getting into the 20th century. He's working on it. Give him a moment.
I have to ask Frederick a question. Frederick, do you know Susan Worth's friend Ian? Ian K.
I know an Ian K.
I think we all know an Ian.
Well, this is a particular
Ian K-A-Y?
No.
Oh. I know an Ian K-A-Y who is a DJ.
No, that's not. Let me see if I can. I would think he would be really, really fun to have here.
Sounds familiar. He hung around her friend John, right? Is that right, Pierre?
Who?
Frederick said, sounds familiar. He hung around her friend.
I'm not sure. I'll show you a picture of him in a second. Let me just.
Is someone else joining the chat? Like the video?
I don't know. I'm trying to see. I'll show you a picture of Ian in a minute if I can find that. He's a pen show, Eastern United States pen show groupie, Susan Worth groupie. But I'm just trying to find where he got off of Facebook recently, so I don't know. There we go. Ian K. I was born, now I'm alive, I live on Earth with you. Okay, that's what he says is his profile. He, here is what he sometimes looks like.
Sometimes.
Oh, hello, Ian. Hello.
Wow.
It looks like a mugshot, but hello.
Yeah.
He is
very interesting.
He is very funny. He plays. Sometimes he has no beard.
Ooh, hello.
Yeah, Marilyn, go after. I'll let you have him.
I have been single for an entire year. It's been a very interesting year. And before that, I was married for 18 years. I would not advise getting married again.
Okay.
Marriage is a terrible idea.
What about getting married for the first time?
Maybe once, but
you can make that mistake once.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, I've been married once.
Marriage is a terrible idea. Seems like it's a good idea in the moment. But after 18 years and several knife wounds later, not real knife wounds, but
allegedly my marriage was contractual. Oh, God, it's too early in the morning. It's almost 9. Contractually, I have a hard time, guys. Leave me alone.
Contractically, you've had a contract with somebody.
Yes.
Ian does a lot of sort of old English blackhand calligraphy.
Oh, fancy pants.
That word moist. Ugh.
You don't like moist? Does moist drive you crazy?
Not as much as some words do.
One of my friend's mother hated the words moist, swollen, and turgid.
Frigid.
Turgid. You couldn't use any of those words around her.
I've been called a frigid bitch before, but
I haven't.
You don't seem like one. I do, because I have no feelings, apparently. I like to laugh, I like to have a good time, but I'm not very good at being serious.
Oh, okay. And well, I come across as someone that can be serious.
You seem serious enough.
I ask Freddie. I'm very serious. especially when my dad voice comes out.
Uh-oh.
You don't want the dad voice.
But that's when you get real cute. I mean, serious.
No, I get cute.
So Ian and his past roommate Chris did a Dan and Steve show cartoon that would come out every little bit. If I can find a nice here we go. Every language.
Hi, Chris. It's the day of the week, and that means I'm going to try and teach you something. Now, I'm just learning to do this in Final Cut, so I'm going to try and keep this short because I don't really want to screw myself up attempting to edit a program that I don't know. But a long time ago, in English language, in Old English, we had two letters. There's three, but I only remember two. The F and the thorn. They were both represented different sounds for the TH that we have voiced and unvoiced. So it's the and the.
You could me anytime.
So anyway, that's what he looks like and sounds like, except he's Cal Bloomers playlists.
Alexa, stop. Sorry.
Alexa, go away. See if I can find one of his calligraphy things. It's quite fun. Oh.
Hello, Joshua. Joshua, subscribe to me on YouTube.
Feel free to subscribe to me on YouTube as well. I post videos of me using my drone to show the beautiful surroundings that I live in.
Oh, fun.
But mainly, Frederick's father is very interested in the drone. And so I mainly started posting them for Frederick's dad so he could view them on YouTube. And it was an easier way of showing instead of sending it via a certain way. And so, yeah, so I've got maybe 5 videos that are nonsensical. And it's just, yeah, just.
What's your YouTube channel?
P. Scapeller. Okay. Lord Jesus, business never stops. Okay.
You know who you look like right now? You look like Marilyn Monroe.
Who?
You do. Look.
Myself? Why? Why do I like? I can't do those weird Xanax eyes that she I've got too much Botox and I have Tourette's, so it just doesn't work.
That's cute. That's too funny.
I don't know what movie she was in, which a lot, but it was the one where she was, I think it was the boat movie. She was wearing like a Bollywood dress.
Yeah.
And then she was there with her friend, and her friend was like trying to find a man. I don't know. It was something.
One of the weirdest Marilyn Monroe movies I remember seeing was the one with, I think it's Joseph Cotton is in it, and it takes place at Niagara Falls.
Oh.
Niagara, yeah.
It's called Niagara, and she's in it just for a minute or two, and she's killed, I think, isn't she?
No, she's in it throughout the entire movie. He's killed.
He's killed, okay.
Yeah, because her husband is jealous of him because he catches her making out with this hot Mexican boy.
But who was the woman that was on the boat with Joseph Cotton toward the end? They're about to go over.
That was the people that she met there that felt sorry for her.
I see.
Yeah.
But she wasn't really the star. It was more like Joseph Cotton and this other woman were.
Right.
Oh, Mitch is back. Sorry.
Well, you're seeing the chat before I am. He's back in spectacular mode. Is that better than stereo?
Spectator.
Oh, spectator. Oh, I need fucking glasses.
Why am I correcting people?
I was like, well, you can see the chat probably. Well, you're younger than all of us, so.
That means nothing.
just a little bit.
I can't pronounce it. Affects. Mitch says, Mitch, now available in stereo vision.
Aphex Techno.
Aphex Techno are now available in stereo vision. You might even get a free iPad with purchase.
See my pretty rainbow pen?
Frederick, we're not looking for a third.
You can come and hang out. Why not? He's cute when he's not being arduous. I mean...
No, I meant that in a different way. But the thing is, I don't know what Mitch looks like.
What?
I don't.
I know what Mitch looks like.
I'm new to this whole thing.
Let's see. Like, he was on yesterday, wasn't he?
He was on yesterday, but only after we stopped the live chat. At the end,
for like
live
2
chat,
seconds.
We talked and introduced ourselves with our faces.
Next time I'll show myself on the stream. I'm not that shy, really. Words of Mitch or Mitchell, whichever one.
Affects and all.
Yeah. Okay. I can't say it.
Well, he doesn't like the way I pronounce it either. See, both of you have something in common. You don't like the way I pronounce your names.
Well, I kind of get a kick out of how you pronounce my name. Like, it's just like, yeah, I know you're doing it to piss me off. Well, not piss me off, but, you know, it's just like boinga boinga.
I love the boinga boinga. There's nothing wrong with it.
I'm not, I didn't say that. No assumptions.
Here's one of Ian's calligraphy things. I'll read it to you. You can't read it probably, but look at the picture, and it says, "You do not need a therapist if you own a motorcycle, any kind of motorcycle," says Dan Aykroyd. So,
Dan Aykroyd.
well, your fountain pens are interesting, of course, and but we can see faces. Faces do not in any way make the fountain pens less interesting.
Even though Parker's is kind of just cuter than all of ours. Just saying.
Well,
What?
It helps.
it doesn't hurt. No, to be cute, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't get in the way of enjoying someone's pen. You can be cute on top of having a nice pen. What's wrong, Parker?
Nothing. Mitch is gonna say I'm having a brain meltdown again. Like
You're having another aneurysm.
I'm glitching in my brain.
Sure.
There's a saying in psychology, whatever they're thinking is none of your business.
See what Mitch said? Mitch said, I see Schiavello's brain short circuit again.
Oh no.
It happens from time to time.
Well, I used to be cute and small once upon a time too, but life and money happened, and then food happened.
I was about to say something that could have came out very wrong.
Oh, by all means, try me.
I was going to say I wasn't cute. I was fat at one point, and then I was like, "But that's going to sound like I'm offending you." But I'm not. I didn't mean it in any way.
Well, I have like a sociopathic disorder, so I really don't care what other people think about me. That's why I make an excellent doctor, because people can die right in front of me, and I'm just like, eh.
Yeah, I mean, I guess normal people can die in front of me. Normal,
No.
Well, I should say adults.
Not family people.
No, but because I work with children, because I'm a pediatrician, it's very hard. And having my own child who has I wouldn't say a learning difficulty, but he's deaf. He only has 10% hearing.
Yeah, that's hard too.
And so I have to sign language with him.
You sign?
I do sign, yes. But the thing is, I don't know.
You're going to be talking dirty to each other, and I won't understand. I won't understand.
But the thing is that I don't know American Sign Language.
Oh, you mean a BSL?
Yeah, it's very different. Like we have ASL here, Australian Sign Language, and you guys have American Sign Language.
Right.
But it's not that much different, honestly. But yeah, so my son is 10% deaf. No, sorry, only has 10% hearing left, and he's 15. But he gets by. He's a great kid, and he's deals with me.
Crucial age.
Pardon?
It's a crucial age, not being able to hear and whatnot.
Yes. My brain is malfunctioning. Hold on. My son's partner is in the same class as him at school, and so, but my son's partner's father is deaf, and so it's kind of like they bump, like my son and his partner kind of bumped into each other at school, and his partner knew sign language just out of the blue because it's not a very well-known thing here,
right?
And so, yeah, I mean, my son and his partner have been together for 10 months, I believe. Frederick's my dictionary.
Your calendar.
Yeah, my calendar.
Calendar.
But yeah, my son and his partner, yeah. And so in class, when my son's having a hard time hearing, his partner will help him, and with translation from the teacher and things like that.
Cool.
So it's really it's nice.
I'll be right back. I need to get some water.
Okay, Pia.
I can get off the mic.
It sounds like you need some coffee as well.
Coffee.
No, don't pick on me. That's how I was taught to say it.
Yep. My mother would come from New York, and my grandmother, she came from New York. And my God, you don't know that when you're Italian and you're from New York, it's like a whole other thing.
Marilyn, you sound like you're literally someone on crack in Chicago.
Yep. That's basically what my grandmother sounds like.
I know, like, because of like the mumbling, because that happens a lot in Italian, like when you're speaking Italian, like the words kind of don't disconnect.
Right.
So
I don't speak any other languages other than English and Latin, but I don't speak Latin very well.
Oh, okay. I speak English, bad English, Croatian, Italian, Spanish, a little bit of Hebrew, Serbian, some dialects, some Dutch, Hungarian. I'm a bit of a polyglot, so
nice.
Yeah, and I also sign, so there's an amalgamation of too many languages in my head, and that's why I tend to malfunction, Mitch. We're talking about, okay, Joshua Schroeder said, I'm now totally deaf in my left ear and I'm slowly losing hearing in my right. Doctor suspects I have about another 10 years. Sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but you spelt years like with a U and then EARS. So I don't know if that was intentional, but that's kind of cute. And then Mitch goes,
we're all falling apart in one way or another. Yeah, sorry to hear that, Joshua. I'm partially deaf, because I now only learned how to lip read. Schiavello, the polyglot.
And then Joshua goes, yeah, blame it on the Google.
I love when I'm talking to my Google bot, and it's like, yeah, it changes fuck to duck, and it changes shit to shut. I swear to God, I'm gonna lose my duck and shut.
Wow. Well, I'm going to ask a question, actually. Joshua, where are you from?
I think that's Alabama, if I'm remembering correctly, though. I'm getting my names all confused.
Alabama?
We'll see if it's right.
Come
on. Okay, so Kansas with an AR. So Arkansas, Arkansas.
Oh, did I say Alabama? I'm sorry, Arkansas.
Arkansas.
It was one of the A's.
Yeah. USA. I like USA.
USA.
Arkansas. Okay, Mitch, calm down.
Have you seen this?
Perfect way to tell your partner you had 12 opportunities to do better and did.
It's Latrice Royale.
It's Latrice Royale in her chocolates.
I don't do drag, people. I know, coming from a ex-female impersonator, I don't do drag. Not anymore, anyway.
The way you just said that, pardon me, but it sounded very Paul Lindy.
I don't know what that means.
Well, you know Paul Lynde.
No.
I do.
The Metal Square from Hollywood Squares. Paul Lynde, the actor.
I don't know
don't?
who that is. Paul Lynde. Okay, I see his face. I don't recognize his face.
His voice, the way you just said, not anymore.
Not anymore.
I'll just find a Paul Lynde-ism here for you.
Joshua Schroeder goes, I love this. Nothing like my streams on Twitch.
Here's some of Paul Lynde's best one-liners from the Hollywood Squares. So
I'll take Paul Lynde again. During the 18th century, it was common for a bride to sell something at her wedding reception to help pay for the cost of the wedding. What did she sell? Her firstborn. There is now a travel agency that specializes in nude cruises to Europe. I bet I know how to pick the captain. The more money you make, the more likely you are to take a drink now and then. Is that why Catherine Coleman slurs her words?
That's too funny.
When Laurie Lee Schaefer went through with it, she gave it to Terry Ann Houston. What was it? Oh, Hugh O'Brien.
Oh, God.
anyway, he was a little batch.
That's too funny.
God.
Just a little bit.
That made him very famous, that show.
It did. He was only really on one other show, and that was Bewitched. He played Uncle Arthur there, but
I was just saying, I remember him, his face, but I couldn't place it. And now that you've said that, yep, I remember him being an Uncle Arthur.
yeah.
Bewitched.
So Frederick just peed a little bit.
Normal.
Do you have to buy the Depends for him?
Yeah. Okay. I have to swap out the colostomy bag. I have to, clean up his, put
You
puppy.
have to clean out the ear trumpet. You have to do all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, put the puppy pads down.
Okay.
I feel like my throat's gonna get cut, allegedly, by Frederick.
Well, this will be on. It'll be on YouTube, so your attorney will be able to show.
Oh, trust me, my attorneys.
What does Frederick D do for a living?
Frederick can answer that. I'm not going to answer that for him.
Because it's illegal or immoral?
I just feel like that he should answer that for himself. Like, I don't want to get it wrong.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I thought he was a pro skater.
It's nothing nefarious. So.
Oh, darn.
What? We're not hearing anything.
Frederick is a professional gambler and day trader, if I had to guess. That's from Mitch. Nope.
Mm-hmm.
You are wrong. Sorry, Mitchell. You are wrong.
We're playing What's My Line? I love that show, the old ones from the 50s and 60s.
Some of the new ones are pretty funny too.
What does Mitchell do for a living? But Frederick D. I am no longer in the employment pool as it were. Okay. I am a full-time caregiver for my father. There you go.
Okay.
So he's in the medical industry.
Sure.
Caretaker is a medical professional.
But if he's not getting paid for it, he's an amateur.
He's getting paid. Don't worry.
He's in the will.
Medically retired. I like that phrase. I'm gonna write that down.
Okay, Mitch. Yeah, I was kind of thinking that as well. Like I was on like a thought maybe that you might have done some work at home things, but that's kind of what I thought.
Well, he hurt himself while at work. He was.
Yeah, he said that. Yeah.
So he hurt his back.
Yes.
I like it. I mean, not that he hurt his back, but I like that phrase.
Oh no! Can we not talk about cats? Like Mitch, if you're a cat person,
I love cats, but I can't have one because I'm allergic. I like to look at them over the interslice, but that's about it. Because they're a bunch of assholes, and they will shit and piss in your pot, and it will not be nice.
Would you like to see my pussy?
I like your pussy. You have the cutest little pussy.
I do.
I think Frederick showed me a photo of it. No.
The photo of my pussy. You find that on Grindr, did he?
So Joshua Schroeder says, at 46, I am permanently disabled. Gosh, we're a bunch of disabled people in this chat.
Yes.
I don't resemble that comment, even though I'm probably just a little mentally disabled. Don't notice.
Well, I'm medically disabled as well. So, like I was working in a hospital, and my mental health was going down, and I had to have 2 hip replacements. So my it's almost bone on bone with my hips.
Osteoarthritis.
Rheumatoid actually. So and I've got it in like my wrist, and it's starting to go other places, and it's just it's awful. And I said that to Mitch, and it's just awful, and yeah, awful.
I get it.
Okay, so we got Frederick says 3 permanently disabled in the chat and counting, 1 partially. And then Mitch goes, all it took to make Schiavello and Frederick to not like me anymore was the fact I have a cat. Ouch. And then Frederick goes, we are quite the room.
We are.
Well, you know what, Mitch? Maybe if the cat's outside, we might be able to sort something out.
Outside and playing in a highway, playing in traffic.
Yeah.
I love cats. I was trying to imagine how you would like it better.
Mitch said, I used to be a dog person, but I can't really take a dog on walks and to the park like I used to. So I got a cat out of necessity, but I like the little fur ball. Oh, okay. Well, I understand. It's a companionship, I'm assuming.
I like it.
Oh, I don't like cats. Well, I love cats, but I'm allergic, and I had to go through pretty much almost a year grieving process with my mother and her 19-year-old cat, and I had to make the decision about the cat being to rainbow heaven, as they say with animals. And I kind of my mother now resents me for that, even though the cat had stomach cancer. But I'm kind of just a little bit traumatized in like I'm not a cat person. I'm a dog person. It's just, yeah. Anyway, I'll go back to the chat. Mitch says, yep, so I'm not sitting here alone all the time. Okay, that's good. Even though cats don't really love you, they just use you. I think Marilyn has something in common. Frederick goes, I haven't replaced my pet since my service dog. Okay, wow, since my service dog passed away. I'm sorry, Frederick. Mitch says, I was actually deathly, in capital words, deathly allergic to cats when I was a kid. But when I was around 18, I was magically cured somehow one day. And Joshua Schroeder is mentioning his illnesses and I shouldn't say what's wrong with him. That's an awful way to say it, but I'll just say illnesses. Multiple sclerosis, spinal stenosis. I can't pronounce some of these because I haven't seen them in years.
Meniere's disease.
Yes, and 6 surgeries between my knees and shoulders. Thank you, Marilyn. I really appreciate that. And Frederick says, I have cervical stenosis. Yeah, sorry, I don't have my contacts in or glasses, so I'm trying to be like, what? Because a lot of letters join together sometimes.
It's hard.
Yes, Mitch goes lumbar stenosis here, L5 to S1 and L5 to L4, double level fusion here. Oh my
At least
Lord.
you still got your S4 motor function, so that should be good.
Yes, holy shit, Mitch. Joshua goes, trust me, I have 3 cats, and though I love them, I will say they are absolute users, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Frederick goes, as well as a myriad of other stuff, but least we delve the path. Okay, Frederick. Do you want me to go down the list? I've got it here. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, sweetheart. I'm kidding. Oh my gosh. Wow. You really bring a lot of like the I shouldn't say oddballs to the chat, Pierre. Like,
well, I just know that I just know where the interesting people are.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm the healthiest of the bunch, it seems.
You and me both. Mitch says this has turned into a disabled people support group somehow. I knew I liked all of you folks, but I had no idea we had so much in common. And then Frederick goes, they want to remove my C1 and C2 altogether.
Well, they can't remove them. They can put a piece of metal in there, but I don't think you can remove just vertebrae without replacing them with something.
Marilyn, would you like to translate what Joshua said?
Interesting people all love. I don't know what that character is, but that's a fountain pen next to it.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was going to be something sexual.
The interesting people all love something and fountain pens. I don't know what that is. It looks like a pigeon.
Fountain pen. Well, I see a box. So
It's a fountain emoji and a pen. I'm so stupid. See, my brain was like not working, Mitch. I apologize, Joshua.
Well, I only see a fountain and an empty square because evidently my computer is too old to understand emojis.
Oh, is that what that is? It's a fountain.
Yes, it is. It's a
It looks
yeah.
like a birthday cake. The
It
one
looks
that
like a bird to me, like with big eyes.
Schiavello thought it meant water sports, I bet.
Oh, it is a fountain. How about that?
Oh, that's not what mine looks like. That looks like a double-headed bidet.
Mine looks like it's got like a gray at the bottom, and then it's got like 4 tentacles.
But like when you zoom out, it kind of looks like a bird.
Well, let me just show you what I see on my goddamn thing. If I can make this work. Because my computer is antique. How do I even get to it? Come on, Pierre.
You can do it, Pia.
I can do it. I'm just trying to get the cursor to show what I'm doing here.
Whoa, there's me. Oh, shit. I didn't.
Okay.
Shit.
See, this is what I saw. Oops,
Oh, you get a box.
That's what I saw as well.
But I saw the fountain thing. Looks like a birthday cake.
Oh, no,
it
mine
does
doesn't
look
look
like a
like
birthday
that.
cake.
Well,
No, mine looks different.
well, see, all of our, we need to have translators here for emojis.
What are people saying? Let's not mention water sports just yet, okay? Okay. Joshua is laughing so hard. Affects stuff. Mitch goes, my bad. Frederick goes, that's nighttime stories with Frederick. And then Mitch goes, in other news, this Chrome Aurora 98 pen I just got writes, awesome.
Good.
Frederick goes, mine looks like an Italian fountain with a pool at the bottom. That's what mine looks like. And Mitch goes, same here, Frederick. See, I feel like I'm like the host of the talk show.
Well, thank you for reading this because we're all calligraphing and stuff. But
I mean, I don't have pens. I mean, I just have this. I mean, this is what gets Mitch going.
Oh well, Mitch, get going again, Mitch.
Here, Mitch, I'll push the buttons for you.
Push those buttons for Mitch. Mitch likes when you. Don't you, Mitch? Yeah, he really likes when you push that button.
My accent.
Australian accent is cute.
Oh, well, Mitch says, I'm sitting here adding to my journal while hanging out with you all. I would have said y'all because I'm a polyglot and I malfunction. You make an excellent host, I might add. Oh, thank you, Mitch. The accent help.
Be still, my heart.
Be still, my heart. Oh, and then Frederick goes, I'm still worried that the Blumpkin will return. Who's the Blumpkin? What's that?
The Blumpkin is, we don't have to talk about that.
You have to talk about the Blumpkin. Shh, don't notice.
All right.
The smoking Blumpkin.
Joshua says, oh my, that controller brings back memories. Yes, it does. Mitch goes, oh no. I'll be back in just a second, guys. I have to grab a charger for my laptop. I'll be back in a second. Don't sigh.
There's no Blumpkin emoji. What would that look like? Let's design a Blumpkin emoji.
Okay.
What would that look like?
I'm gonna have to break out the colors. Here we go.
Yes, break up the colors for the Blumpkin emoji. If you were to design a Blumpkin emoji, what would it look like?
I don't know what a Blumpkin is. All I can think of is a rosebud, and I'm so sorry.
Should I read the definition from my computer?
Do it.
I have to wait for him to get back.
Sure. I'm just going to move. I'm going to regenerate where I no. What? Beep beep.
You're going to plug the charger into your computer.
Well, I've done that. I plugged it in. I know how to plug things in.
A Blumpkin, plural, Blumpkins, vulgar slang, the act of performing fellatio while the recipient is defecating in a toilet.
It sounds like a Saturday night.
So, a smoking Blumpkin is the recipient is also having a cigarette while this is going on.
Sounds like a Sunday night.
Sunday night.
I do apologize for my disgustingly messed up mind.
I've got a pretty good Blumpkin emoji. I have to make it more graphic here, though.
Okay. What do people say? Okay, that controller. Oh no! Thank goodness there is no Blumpkin emoji from Mitch.
We're making one, so don't worry about
it. Frederick says Pierre can design a Blumpkin emoji. Mitch says I'll leave that up to you, Pierre. Joshua says, I mean, my first console was an Atari 2600 from the early 80s. Oh, that's lovely, Joshua. I wasn't alive.
Oh, fuck.
Sorry. Mitch says, a couple feet next to my desk is an Atari 2600 right now. Frederick goes, he's Australian. Thanks.
How's that for a Blumpkin emoji?
That's a pretty good one. Mine's more head-on.
Yeah, I see yours is. Okay, we're having a brain meltdown, another aneurysm. Okay, it's confirmed. He needs to get stoned now, according to Joshua. He's decided that the Blumpkin emoji was.
Mitch says, Joshua says, okay, it's confirmed. I need to get stoned now. ... Mitch says, yeah, Australia, where the capital Vienna is. That's Austria?
Yes.
That's a dumb joke by the way. Oh.
That's a dumb joke, by the way, he's saying.
And
very nice, Miss Marilyn, darling. It's a very good rendition from the person next in line. You're gonna get it's the view from the sloppy seconds.
It's kind of like the X-ray version.
Mine, I thought, was very much like, the international hieroglyphic kind of thing that you got going on there.
Yep. That's a good one. Side view.
I can't imagine.
We're going to traumatize him for life.
I can't imagine that Parker Schiavello is finding any of this overwhelming, but it seems to be causing him to blush and to short circuit at the same time.
Oh, that's so funny. I'm gonna die. It's too funny.
Well, I did. I left. I did leave. Affextinol says that I did leave a little to the imagination. I didn't actually show the product.
Oh, there's no genitalia. Oh.
And there's no poop actually being, there's no bowel movement being depicted.
Yeah.
So all of the stuff that actually turns this into a smoking smoking blumpkin. Other than the smoking part, I did show that.
Frederick says, would a dirty smoking blumpkin be one that takes place in a McDonald's restroom or a truck stop? Leave the truck stops alone. I like truck stops.
Oh my.
Oh, there you've made it smoking. You added that calligraphic swirl of smoke.
Yeah. I like the food at truck stops. Oh, that's even worse. Oh my God, what have I got myself into? Who are these people?
You poor tortured thing.
I keep going to say effects that are a little bit of an all, but no. Mitch says, I once got busy in a Burger King bathroom, digital underground.
Oh my.
I don't even know what any of that means, but
that's where the fun begins.
Oh.
Frederick goes, you have good taste in music.
Hold on 1 second, guys.
What? Okay. Anyway. Yep, got yourself into a good time. Lol, from Joshua. How many people are watching this stream? I'm just 7 people. Oh no.
I'll probably take it down 5 seconds after we're done anyway, so it'll be fine. Could you whisper louder? Because that's really turning me on.
Me?
You. Just kidding.
Okay.
I mean, like this is how I do like my business meetings. Like I sit here just in a t-shirt.
Very nice recipient there of the blumpkin.
That looks like someone that's had their head caved in. That looks like someone from. Sorry, I'm going to bring up Detroit, but they talk like this. You know, like Marilyn.
She's adding the blumpkin part.
It had to have one.
Okay, we've now officially been wallowing in the gutter. It's not just in it. We've now just wallowed in it. So I'm sorry that Russell can't be here to join us, but if he wants, he can watch the reruns.
He would have had a good laugh.
I'm just reading what people are saying. Mitch says, all right, stop what you're doing because I'm about to ruin the image and the style that you're used to. What?
I don't quite understand that either, but
he says, I look funny, but yo, I'm making money. See, okay, what? They don't talk like that in Detroit. I know. I was imitating someone that may have been on crack with no teeth near a Motel 6.
My God. I'm running out of paper.
You had 5,000 notebooks with all of your.
Don't notice.
With all your data being collated twice. You've got all those backs of pages that I saw. You say you could totally write on the back. So
I meant
you have a lot of room.
Well, I could use the back of this page. That's fine. I don't want to get up. That's
just this Blumpkin thing is just messed with my mind.
poor thing. See, we've scarred him for life. I knew it would happen.
It's okay. I've seen a lot of things, Miss Marilyn.
Oh man. Seeing things really messes the people up.
Mitch, it's not filth. Oh, thank you, Mitch. Thumbs up on the super rad dad mug. Oh, thank you.
Aww.
I appreciate that. I got this from my son, obviously. Or did I buy it for I think he got it for me as like a Father's Day gift, probably with my money, but you know.
It's the thought that counts.
Exactly. It's a thought that counts.
Well, my daughter just turned 18 in September, and now she's in the Army.
You have a daughter?
I do. She's 18.
A daughter.
Mhm.
Oh, okay, Pia.
I like that.
I lived in the UK for a couple of years, and I malfunctioned while I was there, and certain words just don't come out the way they're supposed to.
Okay.
Like I sound like someone from Brooklyn, Staten Island, Hertfordshire in the UK, just trashed.
But you do it so well.
Oh, thank you. Like, oh, Frederick, you're not a Catholic virgin. Don't
Oh
even.
my God, Jesus Christ!
So
You're wrong.
So I have a child. Miss Marilyn has a child. Does anyone else have children in this?
I have a cat.
That's close enough.
Pia has a third child. Anyone else in the chat have children? Just out of curiosity.
Don't have any. I wouldn't advise it. They're very costly, and they yell all the time. And when they're having their period, if they get to have a period, they go throw things constantly. I wouldn't advise having one, unless it's a boy. Maybe boys are better.
I advise having children.
Oh God, I have nightmares sometimes.
I mean, it sounds. I don't know how it's going to sound, but I have 17 embryos ready to go.
Oh my!
I can't wait.
Wow.
I think my purpose in life is to be a dad. Like, honestly.
Oof. More power to you.
Pardon?
More power
to you.
Thank you. I've been doing it for 15 years, and then 6 years in the hospital. So.
Joshua.
Well, my daughter lived on the East Coast with her mother.
Yes.
And 3,000 miles away from me, so that was close enough.
Okay. I'll read the chat. Joshua says, words are cool, especially when they have an awesome, I'm assuming that's accent, not account attached. Okay. Frederick says, I act like a child at times. Yes, you do. Joshua says, yes, he has no children. Frederick says he wants lots of children. Well, we'll discuss that. Mitch says, I never had kids. Kind of a blessing in disguise, really, given the circumstances. And Joshua says, and I am not able to anymore. Oh, I'm sorry. Mitch says, but I would have loved. I would have loved
Had
had
I
I
been in any
been
state to raise a kid, for sure.
before.
What'd you
Sorry,
say, Pierre?
I was helping him with the reading because he was stuck on a word.
I was malfunctioning as Mitch would say.
So I was the prompter in the wings.
Yes, you were my friend.
Lines, remember the goddamn lines. You're only a few words.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Please, Mr. President, just get them out.
Oh my. But aw. Well,
You know, before I met Pierre, I wouldn't have done things like this. I'm not really the scribble type of person. Like, let's see, I've known Pierre for, I don't know how long he's been on YouTube, but for a little while now.
Yeah.
And when he said that it's okay to scribble on paper,
It is.
I thought that was the most lifting thing, because when you have one calligrapher who's telling you, sit up, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that, you have to write slow, you can't write fast. Oh my God, it was very traumatizing.
I said you can just scribble.
And then Pierre came along and was like, you just scribble on a page like this. And I was like, oh my gosh, if Paul saw that, he would shit a brick right then and there.
One of Wasky Squirrel's fans that watches his channel said, I don't understand Mr. Gustafson's scribbling. I lose the will to live.
That's terrible. What the hell? Oh my God.
Scribbles, I lose the will to live.
Oh my God.
Poor
One
thing.
of the things that I learned that in scribbling is when I do things like this, there's like these little tiny dots on the page, and I can make constellations.
Oh, you can, yes. The little spittling.
Yeah. You have to make it sing a little bit though.
Wow.
I will put that fountain pen somewhere where you don't want that. Like,
Yes.
I'm sorry. Are you melting over there? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's like the fingers on the blackboard, I think.
Oh, I can't hear because I've got my headphones on. So I couldn't. I'm sorry.
Yeah. it's
Sorry.
No. You don't need to apologize. It's just like holy shit.
A lot.
Just like all of a sudden there's someone squealing at me, and I'm like, whoa.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to squeal. I usually don't squeal that much. At least not when I'm having this much fun. But I made little constellations.
You did.
I made little constellations. Little falling stars.
That actually looks good. I like that.
Isn't that cool?
So I've just got a question for, I guess, everyone. So I'm assuming there's someone maybe in the chat or who's been in the chat before when I was a silent kind of watcher who didn't talk in the chat, but someone by has the name Squirrel in it?
Wasky Squirrel.
Wasky
Okay.
Squirrel.
May I ask whom that is?
He's a pen reviewer from North Dakota. He teaches science in high school.
Oh, wow.
And he does every week he does 1 or 2 videos where he shows the pens he's been using that week and gives a little blurb on what he thinks about them. And he also tries all sorts of different inks, like Marilyn was doing today. So he's a really nice guy. I find his reviews and his whole persona very endearing and honest, and he's very democratic. He doesn't have a snobbish bone in his body, which many of us pen people can get, and it's not a pretty sight.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so anyway, that's who he is.
Because
He's a brilliant scientist.
Huh?
He's a brilliant scientist.
I was going to say that I've seen him in the chat, and he's quite educated when it comes to some of the things that he would say in the chat. And this is maybe a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And it just, I was just curious,
Yeah, Wasky Squirrel. You can find him on
YouTube.
Just look up Wasky Squirrel, and you'll find him.
Okay.
Okay. Stop. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, good. Good, Frederick.
Yeah, so maybe that's what I've heard. His name before is from Frederick. I'm assuming. Okay. Okay. Well, I think I'll read the chat. Okay. I'm going back a little bit. Joshua says, scribbling is awesome. Frederick says, I usually remain the type to be the benefactor in the dark type. And then Mitch says,
can you see this?
Oh, yes, I see. I will have to go and go and find him. I apologize.
He does all kind of ink reviews and pen reviews. Good all over guy.
What I like about him too is he'll give little tours of North Dakota, and he'll get in his car and he'll drive what seems to be 1,000 miles, but it's only 10 maybe toward the next town. But it's very flat and kind of what one might think would be desolately depressing, but it's actually very
it's beautiful.
And I'm from Minnesota originally, so it's quite similar to part of Minnesota. And I just find his, just the way he talks about the neighbors and his garden and the food he's doing, it's not just about pens. So he throws a little bit of life into it. So
that's good. I mean, that's great, honestly. It gives the videos a bit of life.
Yeah, but in a hometown kind of life, not a Saturday night in the big city kind of life. It's
exactly.
It's a very sitting on the
small
front
town Dakota.
It's small town life where everything is very calming and reassuring and stuff. So he's really fun in that way. I shouldn't say this out loud, but I'm going to say it out loud. There's that pen reviewer. I'm sure that he's a nice guy when you see him sometime, maybe. But it's Brown, P.S. whatever his name is, and he's lives in Canada now, and What is his-
Dr. Brown.
Dr. Brown.
Stephen Rutherford Edward
Yeah.
Benjamin Brown.
SBE Brown or something.
SBRE.
And I want to slap him in the face, honestly, because he starts out first of all, his YouTube start out with this Gregorian chant, which makes it sound like whatever he's going to say comes from God. And what it's done,
He's great.
you see, is him going with his two fingers. Hello there. And
That's a bit arrogant, isn't it?
that's exactly when I want to slap him in the face. And then you see him talk. You see his head and his mouth moving and his eyes moving and you see him talk for about 15 minutes before he actually shows you what the pen looks like.
Oh, I hate people like that.
And he drives me crazy. Now, Wasky, you see his face as he introduces people to his pens in use. And it's just the way he says that is funny.
Yeah.
He makes it sound important, but he knows that it isn't. Pens in use. And he talks for maybe a minute or two at the most, and then he shows what the pens are. Where this other guy just talks way too much.
Dr. Brown is a neurophysician, so he tries and he has his own way of being funny. Just like gastroenterologists always make fart jokes. So
he just is. Everything seems so serious for him.
Yeah.
And I find, he gives you factoids, but he might say, I really like this pen, or this pen is really nice, but that doesn't tell me a damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
Explain it. Use a word that actually makes me understand something more than the fact that you like this pen and it's really a smooth writer.
Right.
No, I don't care. SBE Brown. SBRE Brown.
It's 4:00 somewhere, right?
Are you drinking? You're having a drink?
I'm having a martini. Would you like one?
I would love one. I can't drink anymore, though.
I don't drink alcohol.
Why? Why, yes. It's your language. I'm just trying to use it.
Would you like to know why I don't drink alcohol?
Oh, I don't drink alcohol either.
I was just going to say trauma. But I mean,
yeah.
My father passed away when I was 5 years old. Drink driving. So, but I don't remember him, which is a good thing.
My mother died from alcohol and other body failures. I don't drink often or very much. I mean, I'm having maybe 1 ounce in a 4 6-ounce glass. And the only reason that I like it is because of its taste. This is peach nectar.
Okay.
And this tastes like flat soda. But the Jim Beam kind of like lifts it up a little bit. And it's not even enough to get me drunk or even get me nothing. But it makes it taste better.
Okay. Right.
Makes it actually taste like peach juice.
I'll quickly go to the chat. Mitch says, I don't drink either. I'm a teetotaler.
Teetotaler.
That one? I've never heard of that.
It was a term used in the United States during Prohibition and before.
Prohibition,
where you would and it stood for something. We think it means being, I only drink tea, but that's not what it meant. Temperance, total temperance, I think.
Yeah.
Teetotal. So.
The Temperance League was a bunch of ladies who got together who are all hoity-toity, all about, I'm so prim and proper with my fancy hair, and we don't drink alcohol over here. Oh, we're just having tea.
I must say, Marilyn, you do have the facial features of Marilyn Monroe.
I used to. Did you see the pictures? Here, I'll show you the pictures.
No, I saw the pictures when you were showing them. I think it was last night or earlier. One of them.
Now.
I saw, and there's me. Ugh.
There you go.
Yes, you do have like the facial structure. Yes.
My favorite picture.
Classic image.
That was the first picture I ever took in drag.
Oh my gosh. I feel like if you keep going too fast, we might see a picture we don't necessarily need to see.
Oh no, those are all put away.
Oh wow.
Yep. Back in the day, I was kind of cute.
I don't think that's disappeared.
Oh, that's so nice to see.
Look at those titties.
I know. I learned how to do that from a lady that I used to work with at 20th Century Fox. There was this 85-year-old makeup artist who used to work at 20th Century Fox, and I was like, Gladys, how do you get your boobs so perky? And she took one out, and it's bird seed inside of a stocking.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you've got to be kidding me.
Yes.
You guys, I need to leave and help my neighbor pick up some stained glass at a studio. So, but Marilyn, why don't you continue by doing something on your channel, invite people over to you, and you'll continue with our little clam bake.
Well, I'm going to go eat dinner
before
this kicks in, because otherwise I might get a little, Anyway.
Okay.
But this was a lot of fun. We should do this again sometime.
It was. Like, I'm just reading through the chat. Just
okay. Yes, we have to.
Do
you want me to quickly go through it?
No, I can read it.
An ounce of whiskey used to knock on my butt. Actually, it was all about getting their husband to quit drinking. That only happens when you're on your phone Parker, when you're...
that was about pictures we might not want to see.
Oh, I see. What are you talking about? You are still cute. Oh. I haven't seen clams be baked yet, though. Clams? Oh, he's making food. Oh, don't talk about food. I'm starving.
Okay, everyone.
I missed the baking clams. Bye.
Bye.
See you later. Have a good night.
Bye.